The Chicago Bulls got themselves a crazy victory last night over the Philadelphia 76ers in a battle of 1-5 teams. But on today's episode, I want to hone in on Josh Giddey. Is he trending towards All-Star? Y'all know we got to talk about it. And then we have some updates regarding Ayo Dosunmu and Coby White's injuries. Y'all know we gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's episode. So if you're tuned in, locked in, and love talking Bulls basketball, make sure you tune in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bells for whenever a Chicago Bulls game is on, because C Dub is going to bring the energy that you all need to pull out victories and watch this Chicago Bulls team go and play some good damn basketball. Now the Chicago Bulls sit at 6-1 after a crazy game last night versus the Philadelphia 76ers. 113-111 with Nikola Vucevic hitting the shot for the win. And Josh Giddey was on a tear. Some other notable things before we get into Josh Giddey was one, Montes Buzelis. I need my man's Montes Buzelis to be better, bro. I need him to be better. But this is year 2 for him. Only got 10 points, 5 rebounds last night, but a much better second half than what we seen in the first half, because in the first half, Kelly Oubre went at Montes Buzelis and gave him that work. In the second half, Montes Buzelis bounced back pretty well. He got to be more prepared. Isaac Okoro. This is the most I've been impressed by Isaac Okoro this season up until this point. Very, very active on the defensive side. Much more aggressive on the offensive side. Maybe it just needed a little bit of time. Hopefully this is the start of something good. But I'm happy. And Nikola Vucevic, my bad, bro. I wanted to trade you. I wanted to buy you out. I wanted to just cut you. But I'm good for you being here for right now. I'm good. I have no complaints. I have no backhanded compliments. You have been balling and bought into this. And now let's talk about the trending all-star, bro. Josh Giddey. We are hoping that this continues, man. Josh Giddey last night versus the Philadelphia 76ers dropped a crazy stat line, and this is the stat line that has been going on since the start of the season, man. Last night, Josh Giddey, 29 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 block. 1 steal, excuse me. Very, very impressive, man. But the question is Josh Giddey trending towards All-Star? I say absolutely yes. Through 7 games, are there that many people in the Eastern Conference playing better than Josh Giddey? If you said Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm cool. If you said somebody we went up against last night in Tyrese Maxey, I'm cool. But Josh Giddey has been on a tear, and I'm telling you right now, my belief is this $25 million that we give him every single season, hey, bro, it's going to look like a steal. It's looking like a steal already. So far on the season, Josh Giddey is averaging 23 points on 49% shooting from the field, 41% shooting from the 3, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and is literally a 10th of a point for averaging a steal a game. Literally. Very good things we have been seeing from Josh Giddey. He has been much more active and better defensively. He has been much more better and active offensively. What was once a question is if he can be good from the 3-point line. I don't think we should be asking that question no more. Josh Giddey is hitting pull-up threes. Josh Giddey is hitting wide open threes. Josh Giddey is hitting threes at a 41% clip, guys. And then last night, to go out there and put up 29, 15, and 12, the Chicago Bulls needed everything on that box score from Josh Giddey. When we wasn't getting much early on from Montes Buzelis, when we didn't get much early on or throughout most of the game from Trey Jones, Josh Giddey held us up. And then everybody started to follow. That's leadership. That's all-star like. That is all-star like, bro. Because we were at a moment in the game around the second quarter, the third quarter, and I would say the third quarter, we looked at Josh Giddey, and that's me, C-Dub, Hayes, and my man Steve-O. We on a call like, Josh Giddey, you just got to go and do it at this point. You just got to go and do it. Nobody seemed like they have it. And Josh Giddey was attacking the basket, hitting his shots, defending, helping the team create turnovers. He put on an all-star-like performance last night, bro. He is trending in the right direction. In the right direction. We can go back and we can revisit the Alex Caruso trade for Josh Giddey. We can go out there and complain that we didn't get much from the Josh Giddey and Alex Caruso trade. I'm going to leave that up to the other people to bring that up. I'm going to focus on the now. Josh Giddey is looking like he's going to be good and make a couple all-star appearances while he's here for the Chicago Bulls. It is still too early to call it, but there is also a reality where we have to keep it real and say that Josh Giddey has been the best player on the Chicago Bulls up until this point. And that is something that we want. That is something that we need. Now that we're not going to talk, we don't have to have the discussions of talking about what's going to look like for Montes Buzelis next year or the year after. We don't have to talk about Coby White and what it's going to look like when he comes back, at least right now for this space in this episode. Right now is giving Josh Giddey his flowers for holding the Chicago Bulls up and damn near averaging a triple-double on the season. And in 2 games back-to-back, when the Bulls were down, guys, we're down Zach Collins, we're down Ayo Dosunmu, we're down Coby White. He went out there and got 2 triple-dubs back-to-back versus the Knicks, 23, 12, and 12. Last night versus the Sixers, 29, 15, and 12. Come on, y'all. There was a lot of people out there going at Josh Giddey and saying that Josh Giddey wasn't really like that. There was a lot of people coming out here and asking if Josh Giddey can really improve in certain, areas. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I put my stamp to say that Josh Giddey was going to absolutely be on this level. But when he came to this team, there were some discussions that we had to have. Like, yes, Josh Giddey looks like a player that's going to stuff the stat sheet, but he has to improve on a 3-point shot. He has to improve on his defense. And up until this point, he has done that. We got to look at it for what it really is. He is trending to becoming an all-star for the Chicago Bulls. And I love it. Because he is not only a good basketball player, he has put in the work to show you that he can and has improved this game. And he still is a young basketball player. We did not trade for a guy that is at the tail end of their prime. We traded for a guy that is not even in his prime yet, which bodes well for the Chicago Bulls and gives us a sense of, hey, we're trending in the right direction as a team. We don't have to go through 4 years of DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and trying to figure it out. And that is no shot on them for being good basketball players, because they are good basketball players still to this day. But what is going to provide us with stability is having guys like Josh Giddey on here, on this team, and seeing if Montes Buzelis can blossom into what we believe he can be. Coby White, if the Bulls elect to keep him around, blossoming a little bit more or rising up to the occasion so we can have sustained success. That has been my moniker across all sports that I root for when it comes to Chicago teams. I want sustained success. Let's give it to Josh Giddey, man. Josh Giddey is trending to becoming an all-star. I'm happy for him. Can't wait to see how this season continues on. We have our next game on Friday in the first game of a back-to-back, and we'll see what happens and who is going to return. But as of right now, the trending all-star on the Chicago Bulls is Josh Giddey. And if you got an argument for that, that's on you. I have my belief. You can have yours. But Josh Giddey is trending in the right direction. Now, before we get up out of here, we got to talk about the injury report. As you can tell, your boy still got a wonky voice because the Bulls drove me crazy yesterday and we got litty. And then the Bears drove me crazy on Sunday and we got litty. So your boy is in recovery for his voice. I'm glad we got a couple days off before our next basketball game. I tell you that. But hey, let's talk about Coby White and Ayo Dosunmu and the latest on their injury report. Well, more specifically, we're talking about Ayo Dosunmu. And Ayo Dosunmu, he remains day to day. With this quad injury, Billy Donovan said this: I think the biggest concern is just him being able to fire that quad in a way that's necessary. We thought there'd be an opportunity for him to go in yesterday's game, but he's just not quite there. And that's just what it is. He remains day to day. We'll see how he feels on Friday and see if he's able to go. We'll see. Now, Coby White, it's a little bit more dicey and a little bit more chunky. So let's talk about it. Billy Donovan informed all reporters in Bulls Nation that Coby White is starting to do, some start and stop movements, running, sprinting, cutting, jumping. He got real specific, as you can see. And he's hoping that Coby White can begin practicing with the team next week. So we shall see how much longer we got to go without another one of our players who will mean a lot to us and the success of this team moving forward. But I love what I'm seeing from this team. But Billy Donovan also went out there and said this: I think the mistake that he can make is, one, to come back tiptoeing. And that'll be the first issue. And then the second thing, he's going to have to give himself some grace. Quite honestly, I don't think you can go a good portion of August and then all of September, October without playing training camp. And he pretty much went on to say it's going to take him some time. And I think he needs to be patient with himself. He really holds himself to a very high standard. So we'll see. And I agree with Billy Donovan. Coby White, you definitely got to find yourself, with some patience. We know that Coby White, like many of the athletes on this team, they're competitors. You know what I'm saying? They're competitors. And I know Coby White wants to be out there. When you see your team having this much success, you think, as good as you are, if you're Coby White, that you can help catapult this team to another level, because this is a good level to be at right now if you're the Chicago Bulls. But if you're Coby White, you're hoping that you can help catapult this team to another level, which will be tremendous for the Chicago Bulls if Coby White can indeed come back and catapult us to another level. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Simply because now you take Trey Jones, you're able to stick him back on the bench. And that bench gets a little bit more better. And I think that, bro, we've been seeing, I think in just about every game, the Chicago Bulls have had at least 6 players scoring double figures. That is crazy. And that's showing me something. And Billy Donovan yesterday, he leaned on Dalen Terry to come off the bench and provide some type of energy, defensive presence, and all that stuff. And it worked. Not necessarily worked in the point total category, but it absolutely helped bring some energy back into this Bull team and help them fight back for the victory that we got. In games prior, we seen Julian Phillips get the bulk. And Billy Donovan has been coaching his ass off. I don't know what he said in the locker room. I don't know what you know what I'm saying. I'm not finna sit here and act like I understood all the adjustments, but there was something said in that damn locker room to where the Chicago Bulls came out in that second half ready to go. Now we do still need to have better starts to games, but sometimes you're gonna have to. Sometimes you're gonna get punched in the face, and the resiliency of this young team, it's a positive thing right now. We'll hope that it continues to be that way. But hey, I appreciate you all for tuning in to another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast, man. Before you get up out of there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, man. That is it for me today. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you always see red, and y'all already know. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace out, y'all.
Cognac. Gang.